Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's getting so cold outside, so I went to Hobby Lobby and I got myself a few cozy fabrics because I want to make myself some winter accessories to stay warm. So I want to make myself a pair of earmuffs, a cozy bucket hat, balaclava, a hood slash scarf, and possibly some gloves. I'm going to be starting by turning this cute pink furry fabric into the earmuffs. I've always wanted to make myself a pair of earmuffs, but it always seemed complicated to me. But I feel like I kind of have a method in my mind to go about it this time, and I think I can do it. So let's get started. I got this set of headbands from CVS. I put the headband on to figure out where the earmuffs should go, and I marked it on the headband, which was 1.5 inches from the bottom edge on each side. I cut a rectangle from that fur that was a bit wider than the widest part of the headband by the length from one of the marks I made on the headband to the other, and I doubled that to fold it in half. I sewed that in half and I cut off the excess fabric. I turned this right side out and then I pulled this onto my headband, and I used a little glue from my hot glue gun to secure it at each end. And now it's time to add the earmuffs. Look how messy this fur is. It's like snowing fur in here. I got this poly foam from Hobby Lobby. I cut 2 circles from it, the size I wanted my earmuffs to be. Then I cut 2 circles from my fur about 1 inch on every side, bigger than the foam circle. I sandwiched the end of the headband between my foam circles, hot gluing all of that together. Then I went and sewed the 2 fur circles together, right sides facing, leaving an opening at the top to squeeze the foam into. I turned this right side facing and pulled it onto the foam circle like this. To finish these, I tucked in the raw edges and hand sewed all that together, stitching the fur from the circles into the fur on the headband to secure it all.
I love to wake up in the morning, but keep dreaming without warning. The day is gone. And sometimes I take a walk, but I forget.
Do you see this fuzzy bucket hat I've had up here on this board for a few months now? I finally found a fabric that looks similar to that, and I'm finally going to be making myself a fuzzy bucket hat. This is the only bucket hat I've ever bought that does not give me a headache, so I'm going to be using this bucket hat to create my furry bucket hat. If you want to make a bucket hat but you don't have a bucket hat at home that fits you perfectly, you can go and get a free pattern online, just like this Mood Fabrics one. There are a few up there, so go get your free bucket hat pattern and you can make yourself a fuzzy bucket hat too. I'm going to be using masking tape to do this. I added several pieces of the masking tape to the top of the hat, and then on the side of the hat from one seam to the other, and on the brim of the hat. Once I did that, I went to mark lines along where the seam lines were, like this, and I carefully peeled this off in one piece. I went and cut on these lines here and stuck the pieces onto my trace and paper. I added a 1/4 inch seam allowance to each, and I'm going to cut these from my fabric. I cut 4 brims, 2 of the middle crown pieces from my fur, and 2 from my lining fabric, and 1 circle from my fur, and 1 from my lining fabric. And now I'm going to sew the brim pieces together right sides facing, and the crown pieces together right sides facing. I used clips to attach the bottom edge of the crown to the top edge of the brim right sides facing, lining up the side seams, and I'm going to sew these together. Then I use pins and clips to attach the circle to the top, right sides facing. I repeated the same process for the lining, and now I'm going to sew these together, right sides facing, lining up those side seams, and I'm going to leave a gap here to pull this right side out. To finish the hat, I folded in that opening and top stitched around the perimeter of the brim like this. I also went and did some hand stitching to attach the lining to the outer hat along the seam here. Now I'm going to be making my hood scarf in this soft blue knit fabric. I really like the shape of the hood on that black hoodie I was wearing, so I'm going to be using that hood as a guide when cutting out the shape for my hood. I laid this hoodie on my fabric and I cut around it like this. My fabric is on the fold, so I cut out 2 of those. Since I'm going to be making a simple balaclava, which I cut 4 of these from that fabric I'm going to be using for that, I'm going to make this version of the hood scarf balaclava-like thing with more structure. So I'm going to make a quilted lining to go into the hood. This is going to make it stand up more like a jacket hood versus hugging my head like a balaclava would. So I used the hood to cut 2 from my lining fabric before pinning these 2 and sewing them together. Then I cut 2 rectangles from my fabric about 30 inches long by the width of this part of my hood times 2. I folded these 2 in half and stitched down one short side and the long side of each. I turned these right side out and top stitched along the perimeter. Now I'm going to sew these to the hood. I'm gonna add a layer of this ultrafine batting to each side of my lining. After sewing along those lines, I added a small piece of the outer fabric to the edge of the lining like this, folding under that raw edge. I stitched that on, and I'm going to sew these right sides facing. I'm going to pin this right sides facing to the outer hood, tucking in the scarf to the inside, and I'm going to sew these together but leave an opening here to pull it right side out. To finish this, I'm going to sew around the perimeter of the hood, closing this opening I'd left. Now the balaclava is much more simple. I took the 2 sets of hoods and sewed them together right sides facing. Then I sewed the 2 hoods together right sides facing, lining up the seam, leaving the opening again at the bottom to pull this right side out. I pulled this right side out and top stitched around the perimeter, closing that opening I left to pull it right side out. I added some snap buttons for the closure. Now I really should have added some interfacing behind these snap buttons, but the snap buttons were a last minute decision for me after I'd already top stitched the hood together. But if you make this, you should definitely add some interfacing in between those snap buttons. Now I'm going to go and make a pair of gloves with the leftover blue knit fabric I have. I traced my hand into some paper and I cut that out with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I cut 4 of these from the fabric and I'm going to sew the 2 sets right sides facing. I cut down into the fabric between the fingers like this. And then I went and did all of that again with these, which will be the lining for my gloves. Now with this inside out, I'm going to pull the outer glove on over this right side out. At this point, I really didn't have much fabric to work with, so I cut 2 rectangles a little wider than the glove bottom, and I sewed the 2 sides together. I pinned the right side of this rectangle facing the inside of the glove like this and stretched it 2 as I sewed them together. Now for the best gloves possible, some elastic should be added in here. Stretching and stitching a piece of elastic to the seam here would have made sure the opening of the glove stayed nice and snug, but since I didn't have any on hand and the stores are closed, I omitted the elastic, but if you make these, you shouldn't. But I folded under the raw edge like this and stitched it in place while stretching the gloves so they wouldn't lose their stretchiness.